Yes. There's a few things that I wanted personally going to the like body phrases.
Isn't that crazy? The month is already going up.
Alright guys, so the attendance is coming around. Bunch of stuff to get to you. Let's see here.
Did a lot of people drop your class?
Nope.
Nobody drop?
No. Well, please don't show up. I think Daniel, the guy that had kind of a beard that sat over there, he had to drop.
Did he drop?
Andrew Olson never dropped. He's still on that thing, so that's kind of odd.
I know he got
No, no. But you know,
It's really happened with the sun, right?
Oh, cool.
Like someone said he's in the hospital or something?
Yeah, well, the sun was like the thousand in the sky.
I didn't know so much about his son.
You were in China?
Oh, yeah.
How long were you there?
Like 16 days, not very long.
Really? In China?
Huh?
Yeah.
China.
China.
Oh,
China.
I think it's China.
Yeah. You can just look on it.
Here you go.
If you have anything to turn into me, put it up on the podium.
We have to do that.
Even our five.
The last one that you turned in, we had to do the final part and give us a rough draft out that you get back.
Do you want us to turn in our essay for?
Here, essay 4. You guys need a stapler?
Did you want the rough draft?
I want all drafts. Always turn in drafts.
Everything.
Oh.
Always turn in the drafts behind.
Okay, good.
One.
Staple it.
One.
There you go.
Ms. Benjamin, I had trouble with my printer this morning, and everything is on my computer, but I will email it to you tomorrow. Is that okay? Yes. And then I'll give you a hard copy too.
Here you go. I'm at tomorrow.
Oh, I know that. I know that one. My brain is on tired.
That's fine.
So here's your.
I never saw that.
On the podium right there is great.
What is the 5 bonus points?
Oh, the one from last time?
Yeah, this is my late. What is the 5 bonus points? I'm sorry. Oh, you just put it on the random?
No, it says vote. It's on
The D12 as bonus points?
No. The only thing that I didn't do that was
Thank you.
I might put those on your midterm.
So all of they should all be filled in?
If it doesn't have if it has like a bar that it's not been actually
Graded?
graded, but if it has a 0, it's been graded, then you didn't get a score. So if it has a 0 in it, because some people do that, they don't turn something in.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, your D2L is updated and even has your participation points, which, as you know from the day distribution sheet, it's 5 points a day. And so weeks 1 through 3 is worth 30 points because we're there for 2 days per week, right? 1 through 3 is 30 points, 4 through 6, so those are there all the way through 9. I haven't calculated 10 through 12 yet, because I have to actually go through and do signatures and, count how many days you've missed. So, the grades are pretty stable and up to date, and you can do your participation, and so if you have a lot of missing items, it has a 0 there, it's not in at all, you haven't turned it in, and so you need to check that out, especially if you know you're behind, people know who they are, they know if they stuff like that. So, also if you have relatively, extremely low scores on something, you can talk to me and see what, maybe you should see if you can make some adjustments, but extremely low scores mean, being above. There's C's passing in this course, there's no reason to, Pastor B, I'm not going to regrade something that's an A, B, or C, but if, you're still struggling and just need that extra help and you got a D or an F on a final paper, maybe you should be talking about that. Okay? And there's still more. Well, it's because people constantly are absent when I turn them out, and I don't turn them out every single day. Too much stuff to do to remember every day.
I did this Joe's, drive around here, look at rocks and stuff like that. He's like, those are really hard to say. Because I
There's really low.
ask them if they leave to see how they leave.
And there's Keely's, that's why. Belly and Keely's, oh, these
Is
are
it
the
hard?
ones, this is the one.
It is hard. He said, did you get it? No, I'm still in class and I'm still in class. And I told him I wasn't going to be here. Do you have to drive there? Yes, I just told you to drive there. I'm repetitively asking you the same question with a different format.
It's all you K girls. Let's make sure. Okay, so that should catch everybody up as far as items back out.
What about the annotated?
I haven't graded it yet. You guys just turned it in, and so many people weren't here now. If you have an annotated bibliography and you turned it in the day before Thanksgiving, I'm almost totally finished with those, and I gave all of those people 5 automatic extra points for turning it in the day that it was said it was due. I had said. Now, those of you who have, if you turn it in today, I'm still counting it as on time, but you only get, out of 60. So you don't get those 5 bonus. You don't get those 5 bonus, yes.
Joe's essays equal to mine.
So,
I don't know if you did it.
who knows, because I usually do a state card. Yeah, yours is right, so that's
That was so funny. It's really massive.
he's probably going to be grateful for that, huh? Okay, and I should have had you guys' your final copy for your historical analysis. Did you get it yet, right?
No.
So everybody is caught up on our last assignment of the year, our last I should say mode or ready to view it, is the essay. So, because I am not, this is not my first rodeo, I know that most of you aren't prepared, probably that, working rough draft, am I right? Who has a working rough draft? Didn't think so. See, told you it was my first rodeo, I'm not that stupid. So, I would like for you guys to have some things written for Wednesday, work on Wednesday on your
Thursday.
papers, or Thursday, yeah, that's what I meant.
Listen,
Tomorrow's Wednesday, so
I
I'm on tomorrow.
Well, you can't make it in tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry. So for Thursday, so please, you have now done some research, you should be able to hash out probably at least your introductory paragraph and a thesis and maybe a couple of the body paragraphs and so on and so forth. And then you can also transfer your information that if you know you're going to use that resource, you can transfer your resource, copy and paste off of your annotated bibliography, copy and paste it and unbold it, and then you'll have your resources. And you need 5 resources for the final paper, not 3, so you'll have to add 2 additional resources. Okay, for your final paper.
That has nothing to do with the annotated video materials.
It's the same. It's the same concept. It's just now you're writing a paper that you have been researching. Okay.
So you're not using the same idea. You are using the same the 3 sources that we use plus 2 other sources.
See, the 3 sources were supposed to be the three sources of the annotated bibliography were supposed to be of academic quality, probably from one of the databases. But then I said you can include an additional 2 that did not have to be. It could be, for example, I said it could be Wikipedia, not my favorite choice, but you could have that, or it could be a website. That doesn't necessarily have to be academically. I guess they peer reviewed, that sort of thing. So 2 additional resources should be included in there. But yes, it needs to be on the same topic as your annotated bibliography and what I have already okayed as your topic for research. Okay. And so the working rough draft, we really need to be working on that. And so Thursday, bring with you your materials so that you can work and you have something to work with. And then over the weekend, you should really hash it out, because we only have till the 12th, which today is the 27th, so you're going to be back here on like the 3rd of December and the 5th or something like that, and then you'll be here again. I don't know if those are the exact dates. And then you'll be here again the next week on the 12th. There's 4 classes after this week. That's it. And one of those classes is review, and one of the classes is test, even though that's when your final paper is due on the day of the test. So you have that time to fix things up and such, but the day you come in here for the test on the 12th, you will, you'll sit down and do your stuff, turn that in, and turn in your test. You have the option, if you want those materials back with feedback or grade on it, to bring me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I would stamp it with, I believe it's $1.85. If you stamp it with $1.85, I can mail it back to you.
Our essays? After our final draft?
The final draft essay and your final, the actual final. If you want those back, you give me a self-addressed stamp and we'll buy something like that. Because I changed the final for other classes, so I'll send it off and change it as I tweak it, as I learn what people are doing and so on. If I change a little bit of the curriculum, so I don't care. But I only send them back to people who give me an envelope, because I'm not taking my money. And unfortunately, next term I teach totally at nights. I don't think you guys are any of you taking that courses next term? You want to?
Basic, unemployed, housekeeping, math, English, psychology.
121, 122? So I teach at 120.
At 9?
At night. Yeah, till 9.
Oh my God,
I have one from 6:45 to 7 something, and then from 7 whatever to 9:10.
Do you get to choose your schedule, or they just go to?
They ask, and then you can do stuff for you and stuff. But I'm used to working nights. Days is actually like not usually working nights. I usually get the first cut. Okay, so today I have a
Never
pass.
asked credit.
No extra credit. This is 4 credits, but not extra. As I said, as I gave you guys, and I told you when I gave you the grade distribution, that was kind of that was a goal, but that we would add and subtract. This is an opportunity. It's an in-class essay that we're going to write for you to kind of shine. It's a new mode of writing. So, as we said, the different modes of writing. Compare and contrast is a mode. Rhetorical analysis is a mode. So that's and when we have a different mode of writing, there's a different way to approach it. So we approach compare and contrast a little bit differently than we approach a rhetorical analysis, because in a compare and contrast, really all we're doing is we're trying to find either likenesses or differences, and so on and so forth. But in an analysis, we're not trying to find likenesses or differences. We're trying to see if their arguments are effective. We're trying to see if they're using different devices, and so on and so forth. So the next mode we're going to work with, and it's just in class, is called the process mode. Okay? So you have to, it's basically a descriptive essay. And I'm not going to tell you much about the process. I want you to kind of give you a rough draft before we really kind of delve into it, because it's a kind of a teaching moment. So this is called a process essay. It's more descriptive in that you have to describe the process that you have to follow. I'm going to make it a fairly easy process. I think each and every one of you have made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Am I not right? I think I'm right. Okay, so you are going to, on a piece of paper, and if you would please, on these in-class work ones, skip one line between each line. So not each sentence, but skip a line, because it makes it to where I can go in there and give you some feedback. If you don't skip a line, then I have to write off to the side, and you have all these a line going all the way down and around and over. It's much easier if I have a little bit of space to write. Okay? And so again, what you're going to write is the process of making the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Assume that I have not gone through this process myself. Okay? I'm going to give you guys, I'd say it probably takes about 15-20 minutes to write this process down. Remember that you do indeed need a thesis statement, and you can choose to use a hook. Now the difference between a one-paragraph essay and a multi-paragraph essay, I don't know that I've ever mentioned this to you guys, but in a one-paragraph essay, your thesis is generally close to the beginning of the essay, like right after your hook, if you choose to use a hook. However, in a multi-paragraph essay, you remember that the thesis goes to the bottom of your first paragraph, generally, the introduction paragraph. So in this essay, you might say, everybody would want to, want peanut butter and jelly or whatever.
You can steal my line, right?
No, I'm not. Okay. So I'm not going to steal your hook, but remember that it does require a thesis statement. A hook is optional, and you do need to culminate your paragraph with a puncher or whatever.
What if you have a little
You have never, but you know the process. Yeah, I would assume you know the process, yeah. If your nephew said, Andrew, maybe I'll give you in bed, would you? Would you be able to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, nephew, niece, little brother, little sister?
Is this supposed to be a multi-paragraph
One
essay?
paragraph.
It's a one-paragraph essay.
An individual paragraph. Okay? As I said, it'll probably take you about 20 minutes to write this paragraph on the process of making your PB dig. If you really can't make the PB dig, make your favorite sandwich.
I forgot to speak on, I'm sorry.
Huh?
I forgot to speak on.
That's it.
I'm grounded. I haven't been grounded in a couple of years. It's been a while. Been around 6 months.
Hello? I would have to pick you up on my way home at 4. Yeah. Yeah. I used to do this.
Oh, goodness.
That's how I know about your flu.
Oh, yeah.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Really, this is what?
So do I need to get these on this file?
No.
Do you need to do your class evaluation?
You.
It was on my other video, it's telling me I want to get extra credit or something.
You did the legislative session.
So I was just wondering if you.
I didn't know policy for the school. Our other school, well, obviously, you do it because of public schools. Hiring your students to do it, but if you would, I will find out policy.
Okay, so now I'm like, this is free.
See, they could be like I do and put it on a different, sign it up to a certain thing.
Yeah.
That's how I got it. Yeah.
I need a lot of extra credit in that class. I'm struggling. Like struggling.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
I sit on the right side, it's nice.
Okay, let's see. Glasses?
Between them.
You don't know. You don't know how that is. All right. We about finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the fun part. Matt. Okay, you get to read to me the process of making my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, you do have to play a little bit. You know, just bring a plate. You need that. Where's the plate in this one?
We didn't improvise.
Don't improvise on it. Plate, just in case we need one. Okay.
I included toasting it as well.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
Start your reading. Don't improvise. Read what you said.
Okay. Everyone wanted a quick, easy, and delicious snack. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich is all three. Quick, easy, and tastes great. All you have to do is get your favorite bread, white, wheat, soy, etc.
Okay, so this is my favorite bread. I've got my favorite bread.
Yeah, I know, gross.
Okay, so I'm toasting my bread. Now, you guys have to imagine that this is your nice, because my favorite bread is probably, I'm horrible, but white, Wonder Kids, soft
Okay,
bread.
first of all, we don't have one bread anymore, so we can't use
Yeah, I know. So
That's
now
not-
it's coming.
Yeah.
No. So this is my Wonder Bread because. Sorry. Okay, so my white bread, I have it, and I have now toasted it.
And as it's toasting, you get dark
But wait,
peanut butter.
hold on, wait. So, I told you I went through this process. So here's my blowtorch. Oh man, it's on fire, okay. Whew. All right, so here's my on fire toasty bread because he did not explain how to toast.
As it's toasting, there's dark peanut butter and dark jelly.
Wait, after toasting what?
As it's toasting, there's dark peanut butter and dark jelly. As soon as your favorite bread is toasted, spread peanut butter on one side of one piece of the toast, and do the same with the jelly on the other piece of toast.
Okay, so he didn't tell me I have to open this up.
Until you get it out.
I have to be very intuitive about this. So you said spread peanut butter on one side. Didn't say which one, so I'm gonna. Okay, there we go.
Cooking it up.
Well, he didn't tell me how much you want.
Whatever you would like.
Okay, there we go. I don't know when to stop, but I can't hold much more. Okay, then on the other side, what?
And then do the same with the jelly on the other piece of toast.
Okay, so,
Be gentle. Not a lot.
so.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, that is way too much. Okay, stop. You're making
But
me
he
freak
never
out.
told me how much. So on my burned bread that I toasted with my blowtorch, okay?
On jelly, so that's a lot. And orange jelly.
Oh, and by the way, he didn't tell me to clean this off. So if I actually had used this and not that, then it would have been in the jelly, and then I would have spread it with this also. So you get peanut butter in the jelly, which isn't so bad on your sandwich, but it's really gross from the jelly.
Is it in the jar? Yeah, I think that my brother would do that.
Okay, next.
One piece of the toast with peanut butter and other jelly. You put the two pieces of toast together with the peanut butter and jelly facing each other.
Okay, good. He was specific on that. My last one wasn't, so I put them on the top, and then I was like this, and my fingers fell off of it. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, yummy.
The other pieces of toast facing each other, you made a delicious quick snack. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
All right. Did anybody do worse?
Yeah.
All right, what did you say?
My title is making peanut butter and jelly sandwich done.
For dummies.
Process for making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is very simple. I prefer to keep it basic so it can be easy to make and on-the-go meal. First, you need to get your ingredients. The basic ingredients consist of 2 pieces of bread, jelly, peanut butter, and a knife. After all your making is done, it is now time to prepare the sandwich. So first, step is to place
your bread on a plate and open the peanut butter. Spread the butter onto a piece of bread.
So you didn't say two, did you say 2 pieces?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 pieces on my plate. What?
Then open the peanut butter.
Okay, I open the peanut butter.
Spread the peanut butter onto one piece of bread using a knife and
Okay.
place the cap back on the jar.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right.
The next step, open the jelly and spread it on the other piece and place the cap back on.
Okay.
Third step is to put the 2 pieces together. That's
So that was that's where you lost
Yeah.
it. Okay, but you did do well in saying to open the jar, because I actually
Wait, and
do
then-
this with like your little brothers and sisters, cousins and things like that. And they won't tell you what to do. They'll just say put the peanut butter on the bread when you do that, and they think that's the funniest thing in the world. They'd be like, just put the peanut butter on the bread. They're like, no, you can't do it that way. And they're like, and then the next time so then you just have to tell you instead of writing it. And then they're like, so put the jelly on the bread. You do the jelly like that, and then like try to, it won't stay, it won't stay. And they think that's funny. But you understand the idea. Now, here's the problem. You think that I'm making fun of you, and I'm not. If you know anything about the military, and I have to use that stuff like things that are up. I hate my use of words. Is there anything that they're on using it? I should say all that. Okay. So, nobody wants to eat this, trust me, this is old bread. And I purposely brought the peanut butter that I didn't plan to keep, and I absolutely despise grape jelly, so.
Raspberry for good.
Not raspberry either. No.
Strawberry?
I love strawberry, and I also love plum. Strawberry and plum, those are my jelly. I don't like jelly. Or lady mama. Okay. So I'm not making fun of you. Here's why. It's amazing how a processed paper can take on like this, this like evil thing. You want to make it a simple process, and you think that people have intuition and are intuitive enough to say, okay, I need to open the jar before I can put the peanut butter on the bread, or so on and so forth. The problem is those people who are not intuitive enough to know that the coffee is hot and therefore they can't sit and they burn themselves. And that's what brings upon lawsuits, because people say, but they didn't tell me that I wasn't supposed to break the glass before I. Yeah. And so much of commerce has become how to avoid lawsuits, and so much of like safety rules. You guys know that I run a business, and one of the things that I have to do is I have to write the safety regulations first, and I contract out and do that for other businesses as well. When you write when you actually start writing the safety regulations, you have to think, what would just
The stupidest person do.
Yeah,
Yes, what would the
lowest
stupidest
denominator
person do?
And so, for example, they get a new piece of equipment that has, let's say the military, they get a piece of equipment that has drawers. And the drawers can only come out so far. If you take them out a little bit too far, they'll drop on your feet, the tools. So you literally have to write a safety regulation that says that they have to actually put tape on the drawer, red tape, to where the drawer is allowed to come out to. And then, on the floor, you have to, this is where the drawer starts, and I can pull the drawer to this far. I actually have to tape off with black tape all but something like 10 millimeters to where the drawer can't come out. And then you have to, in red tape, put the word stop in order for a person to pull out a drawer. Yes, this is a regulation, and you must actually have it in the manual that this is what you've done to prevent people from dropping a drawer of tools onto their feet. Okay? So you don't think, here in English 090 that a process paper is that important, but it really is. That you have to tell people a process to the lowest common denominator of somebody going, duh. Really. Okay. But you can assume at some time, what your audience is. And so if I say, I would think that my audience is, high school educated or college educated group of people, maybe you could have had that intuition. But I told you before you started that I had never seen this process, did I not? So I didn't have the intuition. So I covered myself there in telling you I had never seen the process. Now, that's where audience awareness is very, very important. You have to know your audience. You have to say, okay, if it's the general public, I might have to not include so much intuition for that, okay, intuitiveness. But if it's like a specific audience, like if it's an audience of what do you call them? Jet customers or whatever. If it's that, then you probably don't have to write every single thing down. A couple of other things about your paper. Those transitions that say first do this, next do this, or the first step is, the second step is. That's really important. How to make a peanut butter jelly in 5 easy steps. How many steps that's my thesis statement. How many steps can I expect to have to take?
5.
5. Not 7, not 13. I should be able to do this in 5 steps. By the way, some people purchase items that way. Do I want the one that tells me I have to do it in 15 steps or the one that says 5? And so that becomes a marketing ploy sometimes, but so you have to think about that when you're writing your this particular mode of essay. Okay? So what I want you to do, you have 15, 18 minutes left of class, 20. I want you to go back to your paper. I want you to, this one you'll be turning in, so it'll have to be nice. You'll still skip the line, okay? Go back and correct your process to where not only are you using the transitions first, next, but you make sure that you, first, next, after that you do this, okay? And then also make sure that you have all the steps that you didn't forget to tell me to, put the jelly slide. Oh, by the way, this is a descriptive essay. You think maybe you should tell me, put approximately 2.5 tablespoons of peanut butter on the slice. If you prefer more, that's okay.
Well, I did mine as a recipe.
Okay.
So I specified the ingredients first, which I'm assuming somebody would know how to make the ingredients. So would I need to, I'm not sure how I would change it, is what I'm saying.
So I am going to let you have the assumption that the peanut butter and jelly are already pre-made.
Oh, okay.
Or purchased. Unless you were that good and you made your own peanut butter.
I could. Yes. I did specify homemade cherry jam because that's
Now
my
I'm going to
favorite.
make cherry jam based off of the paper.
Well, but it's an ingredient. It's already
So
made.
keep the ingredients and then just make sure that you have every step and that you haven't missed anything. So make it a final copy. Make sure you haven't missed the like I say, one of the things that, do you want to let the person know they should probably wipe off the knife? Or
Well,
a couple people said you need 2 butter knives.
I put next clean the knife, a tongue bath is sufficient. Did I put on?
If you think it's good when you're finished, then you think it's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with mine. You want it turned in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never made peanut butter, but I could.
Yes. We don't have an argument with it. We just have a research, and I didn't get out of paper, we just discussed it. So I can discuss it with you after.
Oh, okay. Is that it?
It'll go in the program.
Okay.
You can take the time to, either, if you want to, you can take the time to work on the draft or.
Okay.
I like to make them work on myself. I did do it. You know, when I did that, but I did. It's a nice barrel.
Keep working on it. Transfer it to computers, so it's easy.
Yeah.
Make sure to go on the DCO and check out anything you're missing. Let me know. I've had people even say things like, now spread the peanut butter, they don't tell with a knife, and so I've actually put my hand in it, like spread.
You're like, yay.
Thanks so much, you forgot to tell me to use a knife.
Okay. I don't think I said using it.
You can just put that as a little notch. And that's only you can fix. Make the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich, forgo the jelly, and actually put honey, which is one of my favorites.
You like it? Oh,
So it's whatever the subject, we're going to research them, and then research. So then we have to have, five different
Just turn in the
final copy, don't interrupt that. You're done, you're done. All right, Brandon, what's your, what's,
One that you're going to Santa, she doesn't know. And she's saying something. She gets so mad when you say that. She was like, no, when you used to say that. Now she's in high school, but
This is so thick.
No.
You need to go on and use your own seat.